well. We have the first statement standing in the name of Honorable Helen Adjoa Ntoso, Member of Parliament for Karachi West, on Volta Lake Disaster. Honorable Member, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to make this important statement on a heartbreaking incident that occurred in my constituency. Mr. Speaker, this happened last year, but my statement has now been admitted. Mr. Speaker, a tragic accident occurred on October 11, 2025 on the Volta Lake at Okuma, an allied community in the Karachi West constituency, which claimed the lives of 16 individuals, including 11 children. Mr. Speaker, the boat, which was carrying over 20 passengers, traveling from Okuma to Debume to attend the funeral of a beloved one, regrettably capsized. Preliminary reports suggest that overloading and poor safety measures may have contributed to this devastating tragedy. This heartbreaking event has left families and the entire community in deep mourning. Our hearts and prayers go out to the bereaved families and all those affected by this irreparable loss. The sole survivors of this tragic incident are a young lady and her baby. In a family of 9, she lost both her parents and all her siblings. Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Maritime Authority has since launched an investigation into the incident, while the government has given some support to the affected families, including the payment of funeral expenses. The Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has also visited the community to express her condolences and also donated life jackets and other relief items to the victims, families, and survivors. The CEO of Engineers and Planners, a Ghanaian businessman, a philanthropist, Mr. Ibrahim Mama, in a prompt response, donated 200 life jackets when the incident occurred. My gratitude goes to them, not forgetting the Oti Regional Minister, the Director General of the National Disaster Management Organization, Minister for Transport, staff of the Ghana Maritime Authority, and all the security agencies for their prompt response. Mr. Speaker, this painful tragedy serves as yet another reminder of the urgent need to enforce strict safety standards on our waterways. We must ensure that boats are not overloaded, that operators are properly trained and licensed, and that every passenger wears a life jacket before boarding. Mr. Speaker, I wish to once again make a passionate appeal to the government, corporate organizations, benevolent individuals, and NGOs to come to the aid of the people of Karachi West by donating more life jackets to our island communities and other settlements along the riverbanks, whose only means of transportation is by water. The supply we currently have is woefully inadequate. Many of my constituents rely on the Volta Lake for daily transportation, trade, and access to education and healthcare facilities. Equipping them with proper safety gear will go a long way in saving lives. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, I urge all community members, operators, and all users of water transport to strictly adhere to safety protocols when traveling on our water bodies. No life should be lost again because of non-compliance with basic safety rules. Together we can build a culture of safety and responsibility on our waterways. May the souls of the departed rest peacefully in the Lord, and may their families find comfort and strength during this difficult time. I thank you once again, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity given me.
Member, thank you. Statement is ably made. It is now for comment. Leadership. Having regard to the number of the statement that we have, how many contributors do we take?
Speaker, we propose that we do 1 plus leadership 2 per each.
Very well.
No.
Yes.
Speaker, that's fine. It's fine with us.
Yes. So, Honorable Indam, you have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statements ably made by Mr. Speaker. My sympathies to the family that lost lives on this Volta Lake. Mr. Speaker, I know statements are not supposed to generate debates, and I hope my contribution towards these statements doesn't generate debates. Mr. Speaker, I want to start by saying that the Ministry of Transport and the Volta Lake Authority pay very less attention to people who travel by the lake. In a sense that, Mr. Speaker, if you take the stretch, Krabi to Kejeji, Makambo to Yeji, from Lonto to Yeji, Damba, all along Katari, that stretch. Mr. Speaker, most of the people who live along these areas, their main transport, the main transport they use, Mr. Speaker, is the boat. But unfortunately, these people travel without any protection. And sometimes they stay on the lake for almost 3 hours. 3 hours on the lake. Some of the boats are such that they can carry over 50, 100 people. No regulation, nothing. The authorities see them, they look at them unconcerned, but when disaster like Mr. Speaker, we will be here to make statements, we'll be here to complain. Authorities will go in, donate 1 or 2 things, and then that ends the story. The following day, Mr. Speaker, the same thing happens. So I want to urge the Ministry of Transport and the Volta Lake Authority that they should take much interest. Because the interest that the attention that we give to these committees, Mr. Speaker, is very poor. It's so poor that if we as a nation don't put in measures to support the individual, because, Mr. Speaker, it is privately owned. Government do not have any direct intervention when it comes to the use of the Volta Lake, apart from the pontoons that run from one end to the other. When it comes to the boat, it is privately owned. And because it is privately owned, government do not give much attention to these areas. She just spoke about the life jackets. Mr. Speaker, most of the people that uses the lake do not put on their life jackets. Some don't even have it at all. They don't even have it at all. So I want to urge that in as much as we want to contribute, in as much as we want to sympathize with families who lost their dear ones to this accident, I will pray that, Mr. Speaker, when this statement ends, let's get the Ministry of Transport to come and see or tell this House how best to support these private boat owners to give life jackets, if for nothing, life jackets for free, and then get some control and monitoring. You don't just give the jackets and give the jackets and put in to make sure that those people who bought these pantoos or who bought these boats make use of them. And if we all put in some of these measures, I am very positive minded that we will save lives instead of coming to the floor to contribute and mourn people who lost their lives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity.
Thank you. Yes, I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Doyo. Are you on your feet?
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity.
I hope you are not Honorable Doyo. Nevertheless, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to the statement made by my senior colleague, the member for Kratchi West. Mr. Speaker, those of us who have our constituencies bordering the Volta Lake, we wake up every morning and pray that we don't get a phone call from the constituency announcing a boat drowning or a boat capsizing, because it's become the bane of our people. Mr. Speaker, when this particular crash happened and I heard about it, the first thing I did was to call my constituency, my municipal chief executive, to find out whether there were any people from my constituency on the boat. So he in turn placed calls to his colleague in Kratchi West and reassured me we had not suffered any casualties. Mr. Speaker, the reason is our people travel along. I nearly share borders with Kratchi West, and some of the constituents from Kratchi West live in my constituency and vice versa. So when these things happen, it's not about the people of Kratchi West only. It's about all of us. Any of our relatives, our friends, our associates could have been on that boat that day. And so it brings home the need for us to do something about this situation that keeps recurring. Not too long ago, we received one statement from Honorable Bedzidin. The same thing had happened around his constituency. And so I think we need to begin to look at holistically what we can do to arrest this situation. I have said that I think the Ghana Maritime Authority should begin to look at deploying speedboats, safety boats, so that they are at hand immediately disaster strikes to offer assistance to the victims. You can travel the whole stretch of the Volta Lake from Dambai and not see one single form of assistance for the users of the lake. And all these communities, at the end of the day, is their only mode of travel. They carry their goods, they carry their children. In some of the lakeside communities that don't have schools, they ferry their children on boats to the next community with a school. Some of the communities don't have clinics. When a woman is in labor, they have to ferry the woman across the lake to the nearest community that has a clinic. So there's a whole developmental gap around this area of Volta Lake. And that is about time that all of us make concerted efforts to look at how to bring relief to our people. It shouldn't be the case that when our people get on the boat to cross to the next community, we are apprehensive. We should be able to relax and know that they are safe and that they'll get to their destination and come back home. And that brings to mind, Mr. Speaker, the quality of the boats on the lake. Because they are privately owned, as my colleague said, no one pays attention. Some of them, we use it a lot, Mr. Speaker, your MPs, when we go campaigning, we go visiting our constituents, we are sitting in the boats on the lake, and you find a child with a bucket and a cup scooping water because there's leakage and water is getting into the boat. So if anyone loses attention and the water collects in the boat is going to sink. We need to begin to look at the quality of boats on the river. We need to look at a licensing regime that will have a full protocol of assessments that boat owners must provide and physical inspections undertaken before they are licensed to operate on these lakes. Mr. Speaker, I want to add my voice to the honorable member for Kratchi West to thank all the people who came to the aid of the victims and to her aid, because invariably, Mr. Speaker, when these things happen, it ends at the doorsteps of the MP. The MP has to bear the medical cost, the cost of burial, the cost of evacuating the bodies. And so once we get people to support us, we want to show appreciation and pray that they will keep giving us more in order to help our people along the lakes. The people who live along the Volta Lake are Ghanaians. They pay taxes.
Member, let's observe Order 93.5.
And so
the comment must not exceed 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Government needs to pay attention to them and find a way of mainstreaming them into the developmental agenda of this country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, minority leadership.
Speaker, let me show solidarity with our colleague for the statement made, but I'm reliably informed the incident occurred some 3 months ago. But it's still important to show solidarity and share in the pain of the victims of the constituency. Many of the regrets and views expressed by members are identified with same, except to add that, for instance, the white Volta, the black Volta, and the Volta Lake serves as a very important means of transport. So that elsewhere in many parts of the world, such means of transport has been developed and serve as a reliable, so to speak, means of transport. But in our parts of the world, we often take things for granted. And so the Ministry of Transport, for instance, comes in wake. And it's regrettable that most of these facilities we have on these water bodies don't have life jackets. Don't have life jackets, and they are basic facilities that should be found on these facilities. So it's not a matter we have to belabor. We should be revolving around reasons why life jackets and such safety measures cannot be upheld, because no one can ever justify why these safety measures are not upheld on these transport facilities, and we keep losing lives every now and then. So I think the duty bearers would have to respond to this matter and track it down once and for all. Accidents that occur as a result of a compromised safety measures are things that we cannot toy with, and eventually leads to loss of lives, loss of properties. I think it's high time we we draw the lines and draw the curtains on these concerns. So it's important. It's very important. Honorable, our hearts go out there to you. We can't inflict pains on our people, and on the other hand, we come to show regret and call for paltry sums of money or support to be given to affected victims where these accidents could have been avoided. So, Speaker, not to belabor the point, we must call on all the duty bearers, particularly Minister of Transport, and all the parastatal bodies who are involved to let it be a thing of the past, and for us to bring finality to this needless and avoidable accident that occurs on our water bodies. The last time I recall, the Honorable Big Zidane had a cause to present a statement in this house, and it was on the White Volta, and many lives were lost. So, the Honorable Toso, our hearts go out to you, but we should use it as a springboard to inflict the occurrences that are occurring on the White Volta, the Black Volta, and other water bodies we have in our country where these accidents are occurring every now and then, and to deal with it once and for all. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Minority Chief Whip. Yes.